Can I play for food? The voice was small, trembling, yet it cut through the glamorous noise of the grand hotel ballroom. Every glass froze mid-air. Every eye turned. Before them stood a frail 12-year-old girl, clutching a worn backpack. They laughed. But soon, their laughter would die. The Continental Hotel glittered with wealth. Crystal chandeliers bathed the room in gold as men in tailored suits and women in diamond necklaces whispered over champagne. Into this world of luxury stepped a child in oversized, faded clothes. Her shoes were worn thin, her hair unkempt. She held her backpack close, as if it were armor. Her wide eyes fixed not on the food or the people, but on the grand Steinway piano gleaming beneath the lights. "Can I play for food?" she repeated. The crowd gasped. A ripple of laughter broke out. To them, it was absurd. A homeless child asking for a place among them. At the center of the gala stood Victoria Sterling, the event organizer. With her perfect smile and sharper words, she thrived on power. "My dear," she said mockingly, "there's a McDonald's down the street. Surely you'd be happier there." Laughter followed. But the girl did not move. Her gaze stayed on the piano, steady, unshaken. "Just one song," she whispered, "for one plate of food." The guests smirked. "She probably doesn't even know where Middle C is," one man joked. Victoria, sensing an opportunity for cruel entertainment, raised her hand. "Fine. One chance. You will play only one piece, Beethoven's Für Elise. If you fail, you leave immediately." The crowd buzzed, delighted. It was the perfect trap. They expected disaster. They expected tears. But what they would get was silence, followed by awe. Her name was Amelia Washington. What no one knew was that music had been her first language. For the first 8 years of her life, she had lived with her grandmother, Betty Washington, a brilliant pianist whose career was destroyed by prejudice. Betty had poured every ounce of love into teaching Amelia. Morning after morning, they practiced on an old upright piano. "Play with your heart," her grandmother would say, "and people will listen with their souls." When Betty passed away, Amelia was thrown into the foster system. With no piano, she practiced on imaginary keyboards, her fingers moving in the air at night. Music became her refuge, her secret, her strength. Amelia stepped forward. The laughter around her grew louder as she adjusted the piano bench. But Dr. Robert Chun, a music professor watching from the back, froze. The way she sat, upright, precise, the way her fingers hovered above the keys. These were not the gestures of a beginner. Her hands descended. The first note rang out. Pure, crystal, confident. The ballroom fell silent. Then came the melody. Für Elise. Familiar, yes, but never like this. Each note flowed effortlessly, rising and falling like waves. Her tiny fingers danced, commanding the keys with mastery that belonged to seasoned performers. Guests leaned forward, champagne forgotten. The whispers stopped. Even the waiters paused mid-step. Dr. Chun's chest tightened. This wasn't a child fumbling through a song. This was genius. The music soared, carrying sorrow, hope, and strength. It was as if Amelia's very soul was telling its story through the piano. When the final chord faded into silence, the hall erupted, not in laughter, but in thunderous applause. And Amelia finally turned to face them. Dr. Chun stepped forward, breathless. "Child, what is your name?" "Amelia Washington." The professor's eyes widened. Washington. Betty Washington's granddaughter. Gasps filled the hall. Amelia nodded. Then she spoke, her voice calm but firm. "I am also the youngest pianist ever accepted into Juilliard's Young Artists program. And tonight was an experiment." A murmur spread through the crowd. Amelia revealed hidden cameras, tucked in her backpack. "I'm filming a documentary on prejudice in the arts. My goal was to see how the privileged treat those they think are beneath them." Faces paled. Murmurs turned into panic. The laughter from earlier now felt like a noose tightening around their own necks. Within weeks, Amelia's video went viral. Millions watched as the rich mocked her, then fell silent at her genius. Victoria Sterling lost everything. Her reputation, her company, her place in society. Amelia rose higher, becoming an ambassador for young musicians everywhere. And her message echoed across the world. Greatness has no dress code. Talent has no address. And dignity belongs to anyone brave enough to believe in themselves.